Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. The purpose of this video is to expose the mainstream media for the organized propaganda, agenda driven machine that it is. We're going to focus on CNN and their propaganda agent Sara Sidner in regards to her recent reporting on the Tulsa Race Riots of May 31st, 1921. 2 weeks ago, in the mainstream media, the news story came out about the shooting of Terrence Crutcher by police officer Betty Shelby. That happened on September 16th. I put out a video the day of the news showing that it was a tribute to the Tulsa Race Riots of 1921. I said this is a hoax. This is purposeful propaganda meant to provoke people, meant to torment them, meant to scare them, meant to divide them. And I said what they're doing with this media is they're using it to build an agenda of militarizing police, building a police state. They want people to act out. Within 24 hours of that news, we got the next story, the killing of Keith Lamont Scott in Charlotte, which prompted what they said, a race riot in Charlotte. So here we got a Tulsa shooting that was a tribute to the race riot of 1921, and then within 24 hours, a race riot in Charlotte. I showed the parallels between those stories, how they were both purposeful propaganda. Anyhow, yesterday, CNN put out this story of the Tulsa race riots and what the recent shooting of Keith Lamont Scott and Terrence Crutcher had to do with it. And let's just watch the opening seconds of this. I just put out a 30-minute video, but what I want you to see right here is why they used Sara Sidner for this story, who got her debut with the Michael Brown shooting and the Ferguson riots. Now here she is in 2016. Just watch this. We're just going to watch a moment of her, and then I'm going to show you something mind-blowing. Black Wall Street. Remember that phrase.
Unarmed father, Terrence Crutcher, was shot and killed by police. Hundreds protested here in Tulsa. What many didn't know is that nearly 100 years ago, on these very streets on which they were marching, hundreds of African Americans were killed in one of the darkest chapters of Tulsa's and America's history. A lot of folks around here used to whisper about it over the decades, but nobody, black nor white, wanted to talk about it.
Notice how she gets in the mentions of black, white, this ongoing programming for years now, trying to pit people against each other based on race. Sara Sidner has been used in a lot of this propaganda in recent years. And here is why they have her reporting on the Tulsa race riots. This is unbelievable. And I want to thank this person right here, Real Deal Reality Vlog. He sent the comment saying he looked up Sara Sidner and saw that she was 44 years old. So I thought I would investigate myself to see if that was true, and I could not believe what I found. Look at this, truth seeker. Sara Sidner is supposedly born May 31st, 1972. That's the 51-year anniversary of the Tulsa Race Riot, which she's doing a story on. And now she's saying the people protesting these recent shootings, they don't even know about this. Most people don't even have a clue. The people who rule over us, the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews, they pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge, keeping the texts of the world, the spiritual texts, the historical texts. They have the history, they have the knowledge, they have the truth, and they love mocking us, the unknowing, the people who have been raised to be ignorant, foolish, purposefully. And the reason we've been raised that way is because it makes us more easy to control, more easy to deceive, more easy to steer down the path of agenda, the ongoing military police surveillance state they're building. So anyway, Sara Sidner, born May 31st, 1972. The Tulsa Race Riots began May 31st, 1921. Now they have her doing a story about it at age 44. She was born in 72. She's 44 years old. Race riot equals 44, kill 44, racial 44, officer 44, shooting 44. Barack Obama elected the first black president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act of 64. Civil rights equals 64. Barack Hussein Obama, who is an actor agent just like Sara Sidner. Barack Hussein Obama equals 64. The face of the Civil Rights Act, Martin Luther King Jr., killed on 4/4, April 4th. Malcolm X, dead on a date with a life lesson number of 44. His assassin, 44 years in prison. His assassin's name, Thomas Hagen, equals 44. The officer responsible for the shooting in Tulsa that was a tribute to these race riots was named Betty Shelby. Betty Shelby equals 44. Just like officer and shooting. CNN, who's doing this story, CNN's who's also had the only coverage of the Ferguson riots. They were there ready for it to go with Sara Sidner. CNN broadcast from the fourth state, Georgia, one of only two with the gematria 44. The founder of the company is Ted Turner, 44. Comcast and other cable networks nationally syndicate CNN as channel 44. CNN is just the evolution of our government and more ways they've found to control us. CNN, the first day, all-day cable news. Now it has competitors, Fox News, MSNBC. But this was just another way for our government to control us. Government means mind control. Government's all about mind control. That's why your government stages propaganda to steer you. Our nation is run by Freemasons, Zionist Jews. Our nation was created by bankers. It's run by bankers. It's all about banking, war, military, and debt creation through banking and loans. This is what we live in. This is what we participate in. This is what we consent to when we don't fight back against these people. You know, those of you who think I have no life, no, I'm actually someone who's very talented, who could be doing a lot of things with my life. It's just I realized a long time ago what people need to do is fight back, and I didn't see anyone fighting, and I saw us going off the cliff, so I said, well, fuck it. I'll fight. Now I feel like I've at least created a few more truth soldiers in the world, but really what I need to do is create millions, because when there's millions of us, it's game over for these people. There will be no more Sara Sidners. There will be no more CNN propaganda. There'll be no more sellout politicians. It'll just be over. With regards to Sidner, her name, gematria of 33, like order, like federal, like secrecy, like masonry, like false flag equals 33. Number of Freemason obsession, Atlanta, where CNN's headquartered out of, on the 33rd parallel. Also the 84th meridian, United States of America, 84. Read about 1984. The nation of people who are controlled with screens and propaganda. Their nation's always at war, but they don't know why. They're all fearful and cowards and afraid to speak up. Hello, United States of America, 84, 1984, a book written after World War II. It's not hard to see. The abbreviation for Atlanta is ATL equals 33. Atlantis equals 33. The city Atlanta is named after. Ted Turner's real name is Robert Turner. He's Robert Turner III. Robert 33, Turner 33. Supposedly the man who created CNN, but really all he is a front because the CIA, your government, created CNN. Robert Turner just plays the part. Born on a date with 33 numerology, November 19th, 1938. Look at this. The Tulsa Race Riots, it's estimated that between 300 and 5,000 people died. Most historical places will say about 300. Some sources say up to 5,000. You know, again, we don't control the history books. We don't know what really happened. Maybe 100,000 people were killed, you know? But anyway, I love what Wikipedia is edited and owned and operated by this Freemason gang. Wikipedia is always coding things by the numbers. I love that they report that 39 people, the official count of the dead by the Oklahoma Bureau of Vital Statistics was 39. 39, the number of books in the Old Testament. Remember, it's the Jewish Zionists who have always run this nation, who have always controlled the media. When you watch this CNN propaganda, they blame a lot of white people. There's a lot of white blaming in here. There's not a single mention of the Jewish filth who run the media, who've always staged these incidents and created these conflicts by the numbers with the propaganda weapons they control. Papers, magazines, radio, TV. Anyway, the way Sara spells her name, Sara equals 39. You know, just one more parallel. I think her whole career was made for this story, and I think this story coming now with these tributes is a sign that we're about to hit the head of this racial agenda they've really been pushing in recent years, an agenda that's been going on. Think about Rodney King beaten by the LAPD 33, Police 33, Race War 33, Rodney King beaten on March 3rd. 39, of course, is also the reflection of 93, propaganda. These race riots, they ended the next day, June 1st. They went on for a full day about. June 1st, 1921 was a date with 47 numerology. Number of the Zionist nation of Israel established in 47. Black Wall Street, they called the area, 47. authority, obey, judge, gavel, all gematria 47. You know what this makes me think of is Prince Hall Freemasonry. Prince Hall Freemasonry was created about a century ago, around this time. And, of course, Freemasonry is a Jewish thing. It's essentially something that they've created to spread their Jewish tyrannical ways to the masses. Anyhow, think about it. The Jewish people have run this nation. The media, entertainment, government. A long time ago, they started hiring black men as entertainers because, again, the false Jews, the Zionist Jews, they've stolen the identity of God's real chosen people, which are who? You know, just use your eyes. I'm not saying anyone's not great or any race is really better than another, but it seems quite clear that the most talented race of people in this world are the black people. They're the musicians, they're the athletes, you know, they're great speakers. They're God's chosen people. That's why somebody else was jealous of them. That's why somebody else wanted to be them. That's why someone else wanted to steal their identity. And I don't know how over time they accomplished it, but it's obvious they did. And now those people employ young black men worldwide to entertain the masses, to steal the minds of the masses. And they use a lot of these young black men to sell the worst things. You know, materialism, hate, abuse of women, perversion, you know. It's not just them, though. All of entertainment's that way. But they use a lot of young black men to make it popular, to make it viral, to make it cultural. So anyway, around this same time, I don't really know what went on at these race riots, but I'm just looking at this historically. I'm going, okay, that's around the time Prince Hall Freemasonry was rolling out. It was in a black area. There had to be people that helped instigate it, you know? Prince Hall Freemasons, that's who they originally were. They were the black men employed in the entertainment industry that got connected through Freemasonry. Now there's tons of them. They're in athletes. You know, look at Shaquille O'Neal. He's in it. So proud to be a Freemason and show it off. And he's just one of many. But he's the one that gloats the most about it in the media. You got these fake rappers like Rick Ross at the beginning of their songs talking about the G and the compass and the square and being connected through Freemasonry. If you're a black man and you're in Freemasonry, you're a sellout to your race. And I know most of you don't realize that, but you are. And that's why so many of your lodges are coded with the number 59. Negro 59, Slave 59, Blues 59, Motown came out in 59, Belgian Congo equals 59. They said AIDS discovered in 59 in the Belgian Congo. All of you black men that think you're part of a black community in Prince Hall Freemasonry, no, you're owned and operated by the Synagogue of Satan, and they're using you, abusing you. People of all races selling out humanity. It all comes out to greed and selfishness. Until next time, truth seeker. One more thing. Just in case you didn't watch the last video. Sara Sidner was born in 72, the same year this Marvel comic came out, Luke Cage, about the black hero. It's no coincidence they're bringing that out 44 years onto Netflix as a show. 44 years after the cartoon came out. 44, a fateful number in black history. Again, MLK, Malcolm X assassinated by that number. Obama's the 44th president. We're seeing this big tribute to the race riot this year. Final year of the 44th president. I'm telling you, if anything happens to Obama before he leaves office, or even in the 2 years he says he's hanging around Washington, D.C. after, that might be the head of this race war agenda. I don't know who would be more of a target, you know? Until next time.